Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. For major problems the Lakers are facing right now. The Los Angeles Lakers suffered a devastating 103-115 loss to the Detroit Pistons last night, failing to pick up another road win as the team's 3-0 start became a 4-3 start within a week. The loss to the Pistons has given everyone a large enough sample size to judge the Lakers, who have picked up some impressive wins this season, while also falling to bad losses. There are several problems plaguing the Lakers right now. Blaming coach J.J. Redick might be an easy solution given the big game he talked after the team's hot start to the year, but there are deep roster issues that have reflected in the team's play so far. Even if Darvin Ham's coaching was flawed, this team is almost identical to what the Lakers had last season, so without talent upgrades, Coach Redick is stuck playing a style of ball he can't maximize. We have identified 4 key areas which are holding the Lakers back so far this season, and why these need to be addressed as soon as possible to give the Lakers the best chance at a successful season. The Lakers are the only team in the NBA receiving under 20 points per game from their backups, ranking dead last in bench scoring. Their bench is also the second worst three-point shooting unit in the league, converting 7.9 attempts per game at a 27.3% rate. The only team worse than that is the Denver Nuggets, converting at a 25.4% rate. The best bench piece for the Lakers might be Gabe Vincent, which is a worrying thought given Vincent has been a career backup who missed most of last season due to injury. Max Christie is still a developing prospect, Jalen Hood-Schifino is expected to be traded, Cam Reddish isn't offensively consistent, and Dalton Knecht is a rookie with a specific specialty in three-point shooting. The Lakers' backups aren't great defensively either, ranking last in blocks with 0.9 per game, and being the only team averaging under 1 block per game. This unit's 2.1 steals per game would also be tied for second worst in the league. With no real backup center outside Jackson Hayes, who is under NBA investigation for a domestic incident, it's clear the lack of impactful backups has dug the Lakers into a hole. The Lakers have tried building a defense-oriented team in the past with Anthony Davis at the helm of the defensive unit, but the only time that worked was in 2019-20 when the team loaded up on defenders to create a unit that was impossible to score on. That's no longer the case, with the Lakers having a 117.4 defensive rating to start the season and allowing 118.4 points per game, ranking 24th in the NBA. Teams are making 45.0 field goals per game against the Lakers, shooting at a 49.1% rate. This isn't sustainable for the franchise as they don't have the offensive talents to consistently make up for this porous defense on the other end. They're the third worst team in paint defense and the worst from 5 to 9 feet, showing they have major holes to plug in their interior despite the presence of Davis. Their 4.0 blocks per game are tied for 26th in the NBA with the Philadelphia 76ers, whose starting center is yet to play a minute this season. They rank 25th in steals with 7.1 per game and are also ranked 26th when it comes to rebounding in the NBA with 41.6 per game. All these major defensive failings have contributed to the team's 4-3 start. With the defensive issues we pointed out in the previous entry, there have to be some major offensive boosts which would explain the Lakers having a positive net rating and points per game this season. The simple answer to that is that they're one of the best teams when it comes to scoring in the paint and getting to the line, but the more expanded answer also has to account for how terrible they've been as a shooting unit. The Lakers are averaging 29.7 three-pointers per game this season, dead last in the NBA as they're the only team averaging under 30 attempts per game. Their reduced volume hasn't created incredible accuracy either, with the Lakers ranked 17th in three-point percentage, with 35.1% so far this season. The low volume of attempts with the middling efficiency places the Lakers last on three-pointers made per game this season with just 10.4 per game. J.J. Redick wanted to revolutionize the Lakers' offense by encouraging more open shots, but they clearly lack the personnel to be a high-powered perimeter offense. They're so much better at interior scoring that it would be silly to go away from that to optimize shot making, but the modern NBA has shown that every contender needs to be a major threat from deep to avoid collapsing defenses. Anthony Davis sounds off about Lakers' inconsistency. "We're just two different teams right now." Coming into the 2024-25 NBA season, the Los Angeles Lakers have dominated the spotlight due to the debut of Bronny James and head coach J.J. Redick. But after a hot start to the season, the Lakers have come back to life with 3 losses in their last 4 games, which star forward Anthony Davis is none too happy about. Of the Lakers' 3 losses on their first road trip of the season, their worst arguably came on Monday night to the Detroit Pistons. That's a team that won a league-worst 14 games last year and made history by tying the NBA record for the longest losing streak in league history with 28 consecutive losses. Talent for talent, this was a game that Lakers fans certainly expected to win. Especially when you get a combined 57 points from Davis and LeBron James, as they did on Monday night. After the game, Davis spoke with ESPN's Dave McMenamin in the locker room. And he offered some incredibly critical comments about the team's lack of consistency early on this season. "We're just two different teams right now," said Davis. "One game, we're this team that showcases to be one of the better teams in the league. Then the next, we're this team who I don't even know who we are. So, we've just got to be better." Lakers news: LA's chances of landing star big man at deadline revealed. The Los Angeles Lakers are off to a solid start to the season. Through 6 games, LA currently has a 4-2 record, and they seem capable of competing with some of the best teams in the NBA. However, competing with the best is not good enough for LA, it's all about winning titles. The Lakers are constructed to win titles, and as things stand, they may not have a title roster, which is why they are constantly seeking pieces, and this time around, it is via the trade market. The Lakers and their front office know they need to make a trade to put themselves in a championship bubble. With the trade deadline a couple of months from now, it's never too early to start discussing potential targets. For some time now, the Lakers have had their eye on Walker Kessler, the young center of the Utah Jazz. The Lakers would love to acquire Kessler, as he would be a solid piece next to superstar Anthony Davis. However, their trade package for him may not be enough. The Lakers have offered guard D'Angelo Russell and multiple first-round picks, but according to Sam Amick of The Athletic, that is not enough for Kessler. While our Jovan Buha recently reported the Lakers have interest in Kessler, a Jazz source indicated the possible framework of a deal, D'Angelo Russell and multiple first-round picks, would not be of interest. As noted above, though, there could be other Lakers iterations that might be of more interest. Much of this could be due to Russell's slow start to the season. His contract is intriguing as he is in his last year but has not played well thus far. Through 6 games this season, Russell is averaging only 12.2 points per game, 2.3 rebounds, 5.7 assists, and is shooting 40% from the field and 29% from 3. Last season, he was the Lakers' top 3-point shooter, shooting 41%. Russell has not played like himself lately, but the hope is that he turns it around for the Lakers' sake and his own. The Jazz are still winless in the season, 0-6, and will likely be in the running for the number 1 pick in the 2025 NBA draft. If those are their goals, trading a talented player like Kessler will be a smart thing to do. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Walker Kessler? Leave your opinion in the comments.